Hello everyone. In the previous video, we have learned how to round off numbers to the nearest tens, hundreds and thousands. Today we are going to discuss about Roman numeral. So let's get started. Roman numerals are the numbers that were used in ancient Rome, and combinations of letters from the Latin alphabet. I, V, X, L, C, D and M. The numbers are represented by combinations of symbols. This is the system which was used in Rome, followed by Europe throughout the Middle Ages. Now, we use this system but for few purposes. We have even seen Roman numbers in clocks, in book listings, on buildings. Children, for what they use on buildings? Yes, to mark the year of construction, etc. Now let's see how to convert Roman numerals to numbers. The basic symbols used to write Roman numerals are I, V, X, L, C, D and M, and the Hindu Arabic equivalent to I is 1, V is 5, X is 10, L is 50, C is 100, D is 500 and M is 1000. Okay, now, let me explain you with an example to make it more clear. Suppose we have to write the Roman numeral for 3, how do you write? 3 can be written as I. For 4, how you will write? You may write I. No, this is wrong. There are certain rules to be followed in writing Roman numerals. That states which digits can be repeated and how we can form Roman numerals. The first rule which we follow is which digits we can repeat. That is I, X, C and M. I stand for 1, X is 10, C is 100 and M is 1000. These digits can be repeated thrice but not more than that. The symbol V, L and D are never repeated. V stands for 5, L is 50 and D is 500. And one more point to remember is, there is no Roman numeral to represent the digit 0. I have already told you how to write 3. Which will be I plus I plus I, that is 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 3. But we cannot repeat the digits 4 times, so to write the Roman numeral for 4, we can use Rule 2. Children, can you tell me what Rule 2 states? Yes, when we write the smaller number in front of the bigger number it is subtracted. So how we will write 4? We cannot repeat I 4 times. We will write V and write I in front of V. Here I stands for 1 and V is 5. So 5 minus 1 will give you 4. Third rule is, when we write smaller digits after the bigger digits we should add. So the Roman numeral for 13 is X, I. That is X is 10 and 3I is 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is 13. There is one more important rule. If we place a smaller digit in front of bigger digit. Suppose I write 19, so what will we do? How will we understand what is the number? Children, always remember, when we are writing a smaller digit in between two bigger digits it is always subtracted by the digit following it. So the value of X is 10. 9 is 10, 1 equals 9. This implies 10 plus 9 equals 19. Now let's talk about the rules for forming Roman numerals. The first rule, when the same symbol is repeated one after the other, the product of the value of the symbol and the number of times it is repeated is the value of the numeral. For example, 2 is I. Here I is repeated twice and value of I is 1, in Roman numeral. So we have to multiply 1 with 2 as I is written twice here. 1 multiplied by 2 is 2. So the value of I will be 2. Let me give you one more example. XXX. Here x is written thrice and value of x is 10, in Roman numeral. So we have to multiply 10 with 3. We'll get 30, or we can add 10 thrice and we get the same, 30. One more point to remember here. The symbols V, L and D are never repeated. So we write the value of x as 10. We do not write 10 as VV. Similarly, we use symbol C to write 100. We do not write LL for 100. Now rule number 2. If a symbol is written to the right of another to the symbol of greater value, the value of the numeral is the sum of the values of the symbols. For example, xi, the value of x is 10 and I is 1. So we have to add x and I, we'll get 10 plus 1 is 11. Similarly v, I will be 5 plus 1. We will get 6. Now rule number 3. If a symbol is written to the left of another symbol, before the symbol of greater value, the value of the numeral is the difference of the values of the symbols. Let's take one example x. Here the value of I is less than x, so we have to subtract it. So 10 minus 1 will get 9. Value of I, x will be 9 in Roman numeral. Now rule number 4. If symbols are combined, the value of a symbol of smaller value in the middle of two symbols of greater value is subtracted from the value of the symbol on its right. For example, x, I, v. Here I is in the middle and I is less than x as well as v. So what we have to do here? We have to write the value of x. That is 10. Then we have to subtract the value of I from v. So 5 minus 1 is 4. 10 plus 4 will be 14. Similarly, if we take x, x is 30 and x will be 10 minus 1, which is 9. So 30 plus 9 is 39. This is how Roman numerals are formed. Children, I hope you are clear with what was taught today. I will meet you in the next session. Thank you.